been doing some research today, and I've been in a meeting which is one of the reasons I'm late. And I think I'm going to read you a document which I think is the personification of what is wrong with Tower Hamlets. And it is from the financial audit statement, which was published last night and will be considered by a committee of this week. And let me just read it directly. It's headed Other Governance Matters. In the course of my work this year, I have assessed the Council's arrangements for maintaining sound governance and securing value for money with regard to the termination of the employment of the Council's Chief Executive. I identified a number of weaknesses, in particular that the termination was announced and made public before the proper process had been completed. Options to mitigate the potential cost of the public purse were not initially considered, and legal and financial advice was not obtained on a timely basis. As a result, the Council may have incurred costs in reaching an agreement with the former Chief Executive, which could have been avoided. In addition, a Chief Executive whose performance had previously been deemed by the Council to be satisfactory has left its employment. The Council's legal advice was that the final agreement reached was lawful given the situation. Now, this is the recommendation. The Council needs to ensure that such weaknesses do not recur in any further Chief Officer terminations in order to maintain proper governance and value for money and protect the Council's reputation. I would like to say to this meeting this evening, and there are certain issues of politics I don't think it's appropriate to get into. Phill Maxwell is an outstanding officer. He's not of the political group of which I come from, but anybody who knows Phill and knows the work he's done for this borough, he is an outstanding officer. He is a dedicated servant to this borough, and he's a dedicated servant to the people. He also does a job which, in my view, is important to the work of this authority, and that is maintaining education in waste. It's protecting our environment, and it's protecting our future. I don't believe there's anybody in modern public life, the year we are in now, that does not understand that the environment is vital. Frankly, there are some people who don't, and they're regarded generally as wingnuts, and I think we're all on that view. And to do that, we have to understand waste. So I was coming here this evening, I watched somebody walk up the street, swig out of a can and sling the can into the pavement. It's not how you behave. That's not what it's about. And frankly, if I hadn't been rushing out, I'd probably walked up and said, "Oh, why did you do that?" Probably ended up getting 2 black eyes, but it's another story. But the point is, we've got someone like Phill who does the educating, but sees the younger people here to know that they will not be doing that. I think it will be an utter tragedy to our local authority and to the people of this borough if someone like Phill is lost. But it's not only just the personality and the person of Phill, it's the position he holds, and that is the education here. That is the education policy, that is what we're doing, and that is educating our people. The authority, yes, there is an argument for some services to be privatised, there are some services that should remain in-house, but there are certain issues that I do think that the Council needs to have a hands-on approach. For example, we could, I suppose, have privatised the Chief Executive. We could perhaps have shared the Chief Executive, I don't know, with sort of Toys R Us or something like that. They could have perhaps come in and done a few jobs, but of course nobody would ever say that in any sane moment. You're not going to have the top officer in a local authority doing a business share or a part share with a toy shop or anything else. There are certain jobs that have to be kept and maintained in-house and have to be managed in-house. And the job of doing education, of protecting our environment, protecting our waste, has to be done by a dedicated team, and a team that's personified by somebody with that work. I'm only one of 8 councillors. All I can say is tonight I have been in touch with everybody I can think of. I've had meetings with the acting Chief Executive, and I will continue to support Phill and his team to remain with the Council and to remain with you. And I would say, if this goes through, what a tragedy it will be for all of us, for everyone in the borough, regardless of what part of the borough we come from, our background, whatever, who we vote for, what religion we are, what race we are, or anything. What a tragedy it will be for all of us if we lose somebody as good and dedicated as Phill to our service. Thank you very much.
Contributions, got someone there.